Hi all. So in this video, let's see something on tea processing. So scientifically, we call tea as Camellia sinensis. They belong to the family Thalassae. It is one of the ancient plantation native to Southeast Asia. Especially, it belongs to China. And as we all know, it is a stimulative beverage. So it stimulates each and every time we consume it. And in India, Nilgiris, Travancore, Kannandevan Hills, Wayanad, Coorg and Anamalai are some of the places where they cultivate the tea leaves. So this is a short introduction about the tea. So it is a perennial shrub which are periodically pruned for continuous activation of terminal shoot apex, and during plucking of tea leaves, care is being taken that a bud with surrounding two tender leaves are gently plucked. This is referred like two leaves or bud cut of plucking. It is mainly grown in a wide range of soils found in tropical, subtropical and temperate climatic conditions. And in northeast India, except in Darjeeling, the tea is grown on flat alluvial lands which they occupy the vast area of Brahmaputra Valley in Assam. And mainly they grow well in precipitation of about where there is 1150 to 8000 mm of rainfall recorded every year. These are some of the tree growing areas in India. In the northeastern India, they are most distributed in the state West Bengal, Assam, Tripura, Bihar, and in North India in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. In Southwest India, Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu are the distribution tree growing areas and their distributions. And there are many varieties of tea that have been known to everyone. So some of the types of tea also are classified based on the degree of fermentation process. So we classify the tea as white, black, curl, that is CTC, curl and orthodox tea, and green tea and the red or the oolong tea. So white tea is nothing but here fermentation is not required, and fully fermented we call it as a black tea, and whereas green tea is the oxidation process is stopped after a green tea is the oxidation process is stopped after a minimal amount of oxidation by the application of heat. And this tea is mainly processed within 1 or 2 days of the harvesting itself. Oolong tea or the red tea is nothing but this is a semi-fermented form where the oxidation takes place only 2 to 3 days. And flavonoids they include catechins and the catechin galates. Main thing is that is a this is one of the flavonoid that is present in any type of tea. These are mainly present in human diets in fruits, vegetables, and also they reduce the risk of 4 type of major health problems like stroke, heart failure, cancer, and the diabetes. And main thing what plays a role in the aroma is the amino acids that are present in the tea leaves, and the moisture content of the leaf they vary from 75 to 80% of moisture content. So coming to the black tea processing, or we call it a CTC and orthodox, where the no fermentation is being involved. So withering, rolling or disrupting the leaves, that is size reduction. First we are partially removing of moisture and reducing the size, then we are going in for oxidation or biochemical reaction or the fermentation process that is carried on, and then drying and sorting. That sorting is done due to based on the grading of size for the fiber removal. And next is the withering process. So in black tea processing, what we call it as withering is nothing but to prepare the green tea shoots biochemically and physically for subsequent manufacturing operations. So withering is mainly essential because of the storage of green shoots for about 12 to 20 hours with the partial removal of moisture from the leaf. So here the leaf moisture will be around 75 to 80% and 55 to 65%. So when there is an increase in cell membrane permeability, and consequently the leaf will become some flaccid and it will be more easy for rolling operation. And also in withering there will be an increase in caffeine content, amino acid and organic acid content. And next is rolling or the leaf disruption takes place. So for the orthodox tea we use orthodox roller. For CTC we use the CTC curl, cut and tear roller machine. And even to sometimes in few cases rolling is done by the process where the leaf is bruised and cut by the rotating knives and the beaters. So orthodox rollers, they play a major role in the batch machine, leaves loaded into cylindrical hopper. Downward pressure is mainly placed on the cylinder of leaf in the hopper. Here moisture content is nearly 60% and then only it is effective one. And this can be recycled back to the orthodox roller, or a combination of the different machine can be used. And rotovane, mainly rotovane is mainly used to reproduce the continuous rolling process. Horizontally mounted rotor with pairs of opposed vanes surrounded by outer cylindrical jacket, and the inner surface will be in a ribbed form. What happens is that the leaves will enter into the hopper in a rotor vane, and it is propelled to the discharge end by the rotor. Disruption will happens by rubbing against the ribs of the outer casing. This is done only like alone or pre-treatment before the cut, tear and the curl process. There also must be some provision for cooling immediately after the disruption process. So CTC machine, as we told, it is mainly used to produce smaller particles, and it will contain one or more pairs of contra rotating rollers. And also it is mainly it will yield a very high value product. And here the most effective one is moisture content will be around 68 to 70% for in the use of the CTC machines. So in this picture we can see the withering machine, orthodox rollers and the CTC machine that are used for the processing of the tea. And also like it they have said it is much desirable to prevent the leaf temperature from rising above 35 during the macreation process to preserve the quality. So fermentation process. So fermentation process is nothing but oxidative process that actually starts with the like onset of macreation of withered leaf. So fermentation mainly it is like desired at the temperature below 30 degrees Celsius, and the leaves will get disrupted with air for 40 minutes to 3 hours duration, and completion is judged by the change in the color from green to copper color. So during this fermentation process there will be a slight loss of extractable caffeine content, that is a decrease in the caffeine content, and also they will in turn they will produce some theaflavin compounds are being produced during the fermentation process. This oxidation time mainly depends on the temperature, degree of macreation, degree of wither and the type of tea that they have been producing. Then frying and the drying process. So frying and drying is mainly done, from the term itself it is mainly we can understand that is done to reduce the moisture content. So the drying process it will take place nearly 20 minutes, and its control is mainly crucial to product quality. The leaf enters the dryer with 60 to 70% moisture, mainly depending upon the cutting process that being used. And fluidized bed dryers are mainly adopted for drying process. This will take place nearly at a temperature of 125 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. Mainly it is done to reduce the moisture, to increase the shelf life of black tea, and finally to enhance some chemical reactions that are responsible for the flavor and the character. Then cleaning, sorting and grading, as we all know, it is the basic unit operation in order to remove the extra stock and the fibers that is present. And last packaging is done by vacuum packaging practice. Multi-wall craft paper sacks have been increasingly used for the export purpose of tea powders. Polythene lined jute bags also have been adopted for bulk exporting of tea. So this is the overall process flow diagram for the CTC tea manufacturing. As we already discussed, the main unit operations are the withering, fermentation, drying, sorting and grading, storage, and then we will blend and pack. Orthodox tea also involves the same process, whereas only the fermentation, hot air and inlet and exhaust air temperatures, and the other matters that are discussed is been stated here. So in cut turn we are using rotovane and CTC, whereas here we are using orthodox roller. So this is about processing of tea. Thank you.